Hi, this is Julie, and I am presenting Code Review 1. The first project in this code review is the Good Teachers project. In this project, we needed to name some variables and then concatenate these variables into a string using the professor's name at least 3 times. So I will run this project. And here you can see we have the variables that we had in web programming and Kevin's name and then the gender pronoun of he. The second project was the Striped Rose project, and in this project we needed to define CSS classes to add the shading to every other row, and to get the shading we then added a loop with a modular operator, and if that calculation turned out to be true, then it shaded it in the blue class, and if false, it shaded it in the white. We also added an isSet function to state that to get the count that the user passed in, and if the user didn't pass something in, to use the default of 10. So when we run this project, you can see that it's every other row and defaulted to the 10, but if the user entered 25, it'll change to 25 rows and still keep the striping. The third project is the form helpers. In this project we did 3 functions: a submit tag function, which creates a button that'll either be named commit or whatever the user passes through when that function is called. Also a link to, which creates a URL and the text that'll hyperlink along with the classes. And then a select tag function, which will create a drop-down with the selections passed in down here when the function is called. I'm going to go to the bash and paste in the testing, and I'll increase the size here so that you can read it. When that is run, it comes up with no errors, and I will decrease that again and then go ahead and run this project. Bump that up a bit so I can see it. And again, I'll open it into a web browser, and here you can see the URL was, the text that we entered in was Bacon Lovers Click Here. When you click here, it'll take you to the local host Bacon, which is the URL that we gave it to direct us to. And then we also have a drop down here, and if we select Wisconsin and hit send, then it posts this information here in the URL. Finally, for the inventory project, we have a session start, which is going to be used to help track our sessions, and I'll show how that will be used here when we get into the code. And then we have a table that's built, an inventory table that's built as a 2D array, and that then is going to be placed into a table using a for each. And then we also have a delete record, and that is going to give us a drop-down list items with all of the array items from the inventory array. And then we're also going to have an add record, and that's going to give us the ability to add information to the array. And I will show you how that works. I'll open this into a new browser, open up the inventory. So here is our inventory array put in a table, and you'll see that it's also, the descriptions are also placed down here in the delete table. We can then add new items to this array by just clicking add. I just added 2 of them there. And so if I want to delete one of those, I can go down here and select the test description that I want to delete. And then it removes it from this table and also from this dropdown. And when we had talked about the sessions, one way to test the session is you can go up here and highlight the URL and then just hit enter, and you'll see that everything defaulted back to the way that it was when we first entered it. This concludes my code review for week 1, 2, 3, and 4.